Are you in the market to look for a property either for your own stay or investments? Then choosing the right district is actually more important than choosing the right projects. Today, I'm going to break into 3 districts that I believe that will outperform the market in early 2026 based on the land prices, the new launches, the infrastructure growth, and the buyer demand signals. Stay till to the end because I will also give a surprise honorable mentions that might surprise the market. The first one, District 19. District 19 has become a very strategic location in the OCR due to very high demand of HDB upgraders and the MRT lines, and recently the land tender prices. I'm going to be very biased here because this is my neighborhood and I know this place very well. So District 19 actually covers quite big, from Serangoon to Hougang, Serangoon Garden, and all the way to Chuan Park area. So this area actually used to be a very sleepy town. But when Northeast Line, the MRT line, comes into these locations, all the prices actually just climb up. Then Nets came in and then a lot of other amenities just keep on adding in. And of course, goes without it, there's so many good schools in this region. Now, the next MRT line, which is a cross-island line, is going to cut through and cutting right into Hougang area. So above the Hougang MRT station, currently, we'll have another line which is cross-island line. It will be an interchange line. The land above it has actually been offered to tender, and we do know the top bidder has bidded for 1,179 per square foot per prop ratio. This is substantially higher than the last one. And I can only bring another examples like Park Town Tampines. Okay, Park Town residents at Tampines, their tender price was at 885 per square foot per prop ratio in 2023, and it was launched this year in February at 2,359 per square foot on average. The Hougang Central likely to be tendered out at 1,179 per square foot per prop ratio. So what's your guess that the price at this residential will sell? Definitely not below 2,400 per square foot. You will be looking actually maybe 2,500 and even beyond. So this area is definitely going to be more vibrant coming in. Remember the last launch, Chuan Park has attracted mass demand. It was selling very fast during the launch and even after the launch. So there is 2 more plot of land that's going to launch 2026, which is Chuan Grove. Basically, it's 2 plots of different lengths, but they were tendered out differently, but by the same developer, Sing Holding and Sunway Developments. Chuan Grove is actually very close by to Chuan Park. So it's also very close by to these Chuan Park MRT stations. So it's very close proximity to the MRT station and also some good schools. These 2 plots of land, Chuan Grove, is the main project that in District 19 you should look out for. District 20 is a classic case of demand without supply. The last launch for this location was Amor Residence. That was a couple of years ago. Down here, there's a lot of investors and also a lot of buyers buying for own stay. So Thompson View Condo, which is actually en bloc and took a few years because of some court cases, has been cleared and you will be launching in 2026. The whole development is massive. It's about 1,240 units and the acquired price was 1,178 per square foot per prop ratio. So my estimate will be definitely above 2,003 per square foot, and it may be on a higher 2,000 plus per square foot because this location is really in demand. First, it's quite close to the MRT, the Bright Hill MRT, and there's quite a lot of good schools. And a lot of residents here actually wants to stay back into this location. And a lot of them want to come back again. So just watch out. This is going to be a very kind of in-demand projects. Okay, District 9 is always about wealth preservations and premium demand. Quite a lot of new launches came up like River Green, Zion Grand, and Promenade Pit had actually shown very strong sales. The next one, River Modern, is going to be launched sometimes on the first quarter of 2026. River Modern is actually a project about 455 units and the acquired price was about 1,420 by Guacoland. Break-even price for this is estimated about 2,300 to 2,400 per square foot. So I don't expect it to be launching around 2,500 to 6,000. It should be closer to 3,000 per square foot as River Green and also Zion Grand has already achieved. okay, right above, almost at 3,000 per square foot on the last transacted price. And it also sits next to the next reserve GLS site, which is actually River Valley Green Parcel C. This land will going to be up for tender soon. So River Moderns, the buyers will come in, will have this kind of hope that the land will be higher price. So this is an advantage for those who are looking to come into a lower price against the new site. It should be a good time for you to look at this property at River Modern. And then River Valley Green, the Parcel C, the plot ratio, just a few information, is about 3.5. Land size is 1.15 hectares, and estimate it can build about 470 units. So it's almost the same size as this River Modern. With this future reserve GLS, rest assured when you come into River Modern, well, you should be able to appreciate when this land tenders come up. Next on District 9 is Valley Point. Valley Point is an existing developments owned by Fraser. And Fraser, the owner, already planned to remove the whole building and build a 622 units of residential. This location is well loved by investors and also homeowners due to the price resilience, the high rental demand, the long-term valuation protections, and the proximity of these locations to Orchard Road 2. Watch out for this, and then we move on to the next one. Now, on to the honorable mentions. The number one that I want to mention is Pinery Residence, which at Tampines Street 94. This is a mixed-use development right next to this Tampines West MRT station. Total unit is going to be 585 units, and the land tender out at about 1,104 per square foot per plot ratio. Break-even price is about 1,823 per square foot, so you could look at about 2,001 to 2,002 per square foot if the developers, Hoi Hub, want to price it more cautiously. All right. We don't know. We will take a look and I will update you again. Okay, so the next one that we're going to mention is Tengah Garden Avenue. This is also another mixed-use development and was built out by Hong Leong, Guaco Land and CSC's land. Basically, it's a bigger plot of land, 860 units. Tender price was 821 per square foot per plot ratio. Break-even price was 1,575 per square foot, so you could look at around 2,000 per square foot at average for launching. This one is also close to the Hong Kah MRT. Generally, Tengah is the government's next focus locations, where they already launched Auto, which is the EC, and there's a lot of BTOs already there, and they put in a lot of schools. So it is going to be up and coming locations, and mostly will be new families or newly married will be moving into that locations. Last but not least, Newport Tower. Do you remember this development? The developer is CDL. Actually, it was originally a building owned by CDL, and they bring it down the commercial buildings and rebuild into a residential mixed-use development. It is freehold and total about 246 units. It was supposed to be launched in sometime April 2023. Just before they launched, the government actually implemented a cooling measure. Do you remember? That the ABSD for foreigner has raised up to 60%. In view of that, the developer CDL actually has delayed this launch to see how's the market's reactions and whether the market can absorb. I think recent launches in town has given them some confidence, so they are putting it back in the market. So this is another focus project that a lot of investors, especially looking for freehold in downtown area, will be looking at. All these developments that I shared with you today actually comes in a very wide range, coming from very premium price to more acceptable neighborhood price. If you are looking to purchase a property in 2026, my main advice is the same and always be the same. Do your budget properly, do your financial calculations, and try not to overstretch. Sustainability is actually most important. So if you do not know whether your budget fits, you can always drop out a message or give me a call, and I'm always open for a free discussion. Watch out for our next video, which I will be diving into individual district, analyzing the projects within these districts, be it new launch, existing launch, or even resale, and to analyze which projects offer the best entry price. So stay tuned.